also brings reconciliation with God and access to God's realm. I have access to God because of the testimony of the blood. Hebrews 10, 19 and 20. It says, having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiest by the blood of Jesus, by a new and living way, which he had consecrated for us through the veil, that is to say, his flesh. So he tore apart every hindrance that stopped you from coming to the Father, because the blood consecrated that access for you to be able to come before God. So we don't just have peace with God, we also have access to God. I'm sharing these things with you so that when you are in trouble, don't say, oh, if I had fasted, I would have had access to God's presence. You know, these things look simple, but these are the things that distinguishes Christians and places them in various cadres in the spirit. There are many people who are defeated today because they think it's the effort they put in the spirit that gives them access to God. Now, praying is important. It generates power. It enhances your consciousness. But it's not praying that brought you access to God. They were praying before you were born. They were praying before Jesus came. But they didn't have access. In fact, they prayed more than you and I. It's the blood that gave you access. Now that you have been granted access, prayer can now help you mobilize resources. But the way Satan deals with weak believers is that when they have need of engaging the things available to them, he uses their inabilities to create guilt in their hearts. And because they don't know better, they don't understand spiritual legalities, they fall to that deception and they become defeated. Pray as much as you can, but you must have the consciousness that the reason your prayer is potent and the reason God is with you and will always be with you is because the blood brought you to the Father. So the blood is the starting point. The blood is your reference point of spiritual engagement. Number 5, benefit of the blood is an instrument of warfare and deliverance. If you see Colossians 1:13 and 14 that we just read, the Bible said God delivered us from the dominion of Satan and brought us into the kingdom of his dear son. And he said he did that because he already gave us redemption through his blood. You see that? So the blood is actually an instrument of warfare. One of the most potent for that matter.